Virgo, born August 23rd to September 22nd. What can you expect for the month of January 2016? Let's tune in and find out. So for a lot of you, there may be just this weight, like I just feel really heavy-hearted and really, trying to be bright and light and happy on the outside, but really heavy-hearted on the inside. And, that can be any number of reasons. 2016's been, for sure, a difficult year for a lot of people. And I feel like, Virgo, you've been through your own trials and your own challenges. Now, let's just start first looking at your romantic relationship. For those of you in a couple relationship, what you can expect for January. So for a lot of you, 2016 has brought you closer together, closer than you ever have before, more caring, more nurturing, more present. Now that could have been from an illness. It could have been from a challenge that you had. But it feels like, for whatever the reason that's brought you back together, it feels really good, and it feels really positive, and it feels like it's long-term, and there's a great appreciation now happening in the relationship. Now, having said that, there's also just the communications of Virgos of you not really being able to get what you want, and you being a little bit of, swinging between the martyr and the victim, right? Either you go to the martyr and you become the victim, or you don't see a way out. Like, it has to be this way, right? And a lot of times we see that with caregivers, where they're taking care of a parent, or they're taking care of a loved one, and they feel trapped and there's no way out, and it's just the way it is, and there's an exhaustion attached to that. And so if you're going through that, I'm very sorry, but I also feel at the same time that there is an opportunity for you to also look and see if there's another way that you can get some help and get your needs met, okay? But romantically, it feels like your partner is there just really wanting to give to you and love to you and to support you during this time. So I would take advantage of that. And as far as those of you that are single Virgos and interested in love, let's see what's going on there. Well, it just feels like you have a lot of grief, Virgos. My face just hurts, my eyes hurt. Just feeling tired, just tired of trying to find the right one. Now, if you recently are connecting with somebody and you're feeling a little hopeful about that, I feel like you can build on that. Now, we've got Mercury retrograde goes direct, or January 9th, and that's the planet that can cause some communication problems. So you may have had some communication issues the last couple of weeks. That's kind of natural during one of these time periods. There's also a full moon in Cancer, January 12th, where you really want to be careful what you say, because Virgos, you're also known as a critical sign. You can be very critical, you can be very harsh and quick and say exactly what you think, right? And so be careful around that, because that could really, with Cancer, people are extra sensitive. So you just want to be really careful around your relationships that you're trying to nurture, that you don't come off too tough, too critical, right? You want to be extra cautious around that time, around either a couple days on either side of January 12th, right? And if things do progress where it becomes this ugly blow up, look towards the end of the month. There's a new moon in Aquarius with new creativity, new flow, new understanding, buoyancy that can lift you up and possibly put together that relationship or attract something new if that relationship wasn't there or wasn't intended for you. All right, so just know that by working on yourself and working on that critical aspect of you and really being more lovable, right? Because you are, like, who wants to be in love with somebody who's critical? That's hard. Listen, I'm not picking on you guys. Everybody has a sign. Every sign has positive aspects and negative aspects. And nobody likes their negative aspects. We all have them. And some are just easier to see than others, right? So you want to make sure that you're doing your best to recognize these behaviors about yourself and correct them. Because everybody can love somebody who recognizes their own faults and is trying to change, right? That's attractive. As opposed to, seeing them and saying, hey, just take me, that's how I am. So you want to make sure that You're putting your best foot forward, and that way I think that you're going to be able to attract a relationship and keep it if you want it. Now, as far as career and money for Virgos, I do feel like there's been just this siphon of things losing, of just like money being depleted. And whether that's a health issue, whether it's an economic issue, whether you've lost your job, I'm just seeing like finances being drained. Now, in January, I do feel like there are some different tricks that you can try, things that you can try that help to minimize the losses, where you can start to save more and build more up. So there's going to, especially at the end of the month, there's going to be some good things that come in that help you to minimize your losses and to help you see or become more expansive in your career. For some of you, you may even have new business opportunities, or new information may come your way in the form of accounting, software, things that make your life easier and save you money. So there may be some tools that come into your life that make your business more productive, so you save money. So you might have to spend a little money to make or save a lot of money. So be aware that there may be systems and or individuals that come your way that can help you become more efficient, more productive, and more financially solvent this month. So be aware of that. Okay, let's see about your health for Virgos. So again, being worn down, from stress wears us down. I think it's really important that you don't let it get so bad that you collapse, right? So I really feel like Virgos, if you know you're exhausted, you know you're tired, then you need to know you need to make some changes, and you need to ask for help, right? And you don't need to be the martyr, and you don't need to be the victim. It's really about what works, what's good for me, what's good for my family, what's good for my home, and making those changes that you need to. If it means you can't work 3 jobs and your kid can't go to college, or you can't, work 3 jobs and you can't stay in this house, maybe you should think about moving. So some tough decisions, some tough challenges, but you've got to start putting yourself first. And, and life has these, ups and downs, and you guys are kind of like going through it, but it's going to get better. It will get better. All right, Virgos, take care of yourself, and your health is going to recover and sustain itself. So you just got to do what you need to do to take care of you. Let's see if there's anything unexpected for Virgos. Yeah, you're being asked to create happy times, create happy memories, create and be willing that when you create it, that it can sort of look however it needs to look. Like, don't have it rigid about, oh, it's got to look like this for me to be happy. Create the intention that I'm going to be happy, and then just be happy with however it goes. Really learn to be a little more in the flow with it, Virgo. And I think I think it'll be easier for you then to achieve happiness. So this month is really the unexpected ability just to be happy for either no reason, or just creating times to be happy, and really being able to let go and let that happiness kind of bathe over you. So I like that. I think it's a great way to end our connection here, and to help you really focus on knowing that it is in your hands. Happiness is in your hands. It's always so much better than it being in anybody else's hands. And I wish you guys a fabulous 2017. Happy New Year. Much prosperity and abundance to you and those you love. Thank you so much for being here in 2016 with me. I appreciate you, and I like it when you share and like my intuitive astrology. I really appreciate that, and look forward to connecting with you all again next month.